welcome to In Conversation, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. The first question I would like to ask you is, you have visited this campus after so many long years. So how are you feeling now?
First of all, maybe because of my love of this university, whenever I come here, I always feel good. That means I feel that I am very healthy because the natural environment is almost pollution free, and number of people, whether students, teachers, non-teaching staff or administrator, I feel that they are very friendly, and the nature is friendly, and the way the buildings have been constructed, they are very much adjusted to the environment. So I can call it a green university. And the academic programs in each of the departments, and especially when I joined as Vice Chancellor, there were 12 departments, and I raised it to, I think, 32. But since VC's term is always only for 5 years, but now I find, I think the number has further increased. So my impression is that this university is prospering in every respect.
So, sir, just now you have said that you have increased the departments up to 32. So, what are the departments you have increased, and what are the departments that were from the beginning in this university?
So, when I took over, I was thinking about the students' fate, what the students will do after completing their courses. So, I was thinking of the employment potential of the subjects. So, I proposed to the UGC that I want to start a department of biotechnology. I want to start a department of law, and only for 5-year integrated courses, French, because I felt that learning of the foreign languages will equip our students in a better way for facing the challenges of life. The existing departments, especially sciences, life science, ecology, then physics, chemistry, they did not have enough good buildings. So expansion scope was very limited. So I asked for a compact building for each subject, where there should be a seminar hall, so that if they have a small seminar, instead of going to the conference hall, they can hold it within their department. Even during my time, when I was the Vice Chancellor, all the science departments had very big buildings, and more buildings have come up. So I started the agriculture engineering department. Then I started information technology department, because there is a big demand for students of information technology. And then in the pipeline, they actually granted us fund and approved 4 engineering departments. But I thought that it is better to go slow and steady. So the electronics and also medical engineering. So this my primary emphasis during my time was more on the modern sciences and technologies and other employment oriented subjects.
So, sir, there is a very deep observation that whoever has appointed at VC most of the time they belong to science department or any other department like this. But you are from literature background, so being a VC from literature background, what kind of motivation, or you can say what kind of aim you have collected or cultivated in construction of this university?
So when I became VC, my focus was not on literature only, because my focus was on what the society needs, and I must fulfill the needs of the society. And this was my belief, that unless the university caters to the need of society, the university cannot strike roots into the soil of the place. And if you think of the university as a tree, and if it does not strike the roots deep into the soil, naturally the tree will collapse. The whole world is advancing very fast, and the country is also advancing. And I felt that there's a lot of need for engineers, people with medical background. And to cope with that, I thought of these, technically oriented subjects.
So, sir, this question must be very close to you. I have heard that you are one of the major architects behind the construction of the main gate of Assam University. So, can you share that time experience from planning to finishing the construction of the gate?
Well, the gate will be a kind of symbol of the whole university. And I remember the evening when we went to that roadside, and it was getting dark, but because of my mad love, I did not mind that the darkness will stop us from working. So I, with the architects, are moving from this side to that side to find where the gate should be placed, and when the gate is constructed, how the traffic will be controlled, through which passage the students can go. So all these were in my mind. I talked to them, and I told them my ideas. Then from the Calcutta office, they drew up the design and brought it here. Then in a building committee meeting, where several, people with engineering background are there in the committee from various universities, we approved the design. During my tenure, the work was started, but it was a bit complicated, because it will remain permanently. The structure I saw, but when I left, the painting was not done. But now that I come and see this from the roadside, I know this is my Assam University.
So, sir, you have started your journey as the VC of this university since 2000. So, what are the challenges you have faced during that time?
So, before I became Vice Chancellor, I had, the 6 years experience of the people here, of their needs, of their background, of their tradition, and also how a new university, which did not have its own building, should operate so that it can rise, up the ladder and become a viable structure. That enabled me, when this huge challenge came to me, because the second Vice Chancellor resigned because of some agitations, and the university was closed at that time. But under the instruction from MHRD, the Vice Chancellor gave me the charge and left. My motto at that time was immediately that from the next morning, the university should become functional. So I went from pillar to post to make it possible. And by the grace of God, within 3 days, the university became totally operational. And I sought support from the society. So people, whose children used to come to the university, not only they, but also other people, the dignitaries of the town, all came forward to help us. So the tranquility was restored, normalcy was restored, and then when the day-to-day work was to be started and operated, I was thinking which policy I should adopt so that everybody wants to work here. Nobody is lazy and nobody fights with the other. So the peace is very important, peace and harmony for the growth of a university. Every week there was some event or the other. So people became busy and they did not have the time to, be lazy, conspire and go in the negative direction. And also I developed the sports facilities, I arranged the sports programs for the non-teaching staff, for the students, and I used to invite, dignitaries from the town, because the town must feel that this university belongs to us. We must make contribution to its growth. That way the bridge between the university and the society was built. And I got all the cooperation, and one or two negative factors, I thought that this kind of factors are there even if you sit at home doing nothing, the negative factors will affect you. So I should not think of the negative factors, I should think only positively.
So sir, being a former VC of this Assam University, what kind of suggestion you would like to give to our present VC, Professor Rajiv Mohan Pant, so that our university can flourish more in all the fields? It can be academic, it can be research, technology, anything. What kind of suggestion you would like to give?
Going around the campus, and he said that after the convocation is over, he will take me all around the campus, because it is a big campus, 600 acres of land. He will consult me about what should be done. Now, we are doing the academic work, because we have got so many departments, so many students taking admission, and research is going on, many PhDs are being, degrees are being awarded. In addition to all these, what is in my mind, and I still consider Assam University as my university, that the natural resources available within these 600 acres of land that have been allocated by the state government to our university, all the natural resources that are there, they should not only be preserved, but they should be cultivated for the benefit of the student, teachers and non-teaching staff. By which I mean, like basic requirements, like water. Even when I was there, those days, we had many problems about the water, availability of water, electricity. Remembering that, I am thinking that we should invite water experts and keep them here maybe for 2 or 3 days, going around the campus, because there are many natural basins where rainwater can be preserved, and then that can be turned into potable water. So that will solve our anxiety about the water availability. So this is, if this natural resource is not developed properly, these nagging problems will be there, which will waste our time, the valuable time which you can devote to research, which you can devote to further studies for the development of the students' careers. Similarly, about electricity, now that the sunlight is used for generating electricity, and a good natural environment is always contributes to the health and the well-being of those who stay in the campus, that is the students, staff and teachers. That's why, we require landscape specialists who can turn some areas into gardening, some areas for, sports is also a very important area. What Vivekananda has said, he said we should have the man-making education. He even said, one can reach the heaven much earlier by playing football than by reading Gita. So the emphasis should be on the all-round development of a young man and a young woman. So the sports facilities should be developed so that the students, instead of gossiping, wasting time on games, games means mobile games and other things, they will play. A university is known by its research output. So in every department, I would say that there should be a research cell, whether it is in Bengali, Persian, fine arts, physics, because everywhere, new things are happening. We should expose our students to all the new things that are there in the whole world. And a university somehow includes the word universe. So our approach should not be only local and national. It should be a student going out of this university should be able to to do well anywhere in the world. And to achieve this goal, we should not depend entirely on the faculty members. We should also propose to the UGC and the MHRD that we will have, say, eminent writers in residence, eminent scientists in residence, and eminent, say, mass comm expert in residence, then painters, sculptors in residence. So if the central government finds that this is highly logical and it will contribute to the innovation and it will contribute to the growth of the level and standard of education in the society, definitely they will grant the fund. In foreign countries, this type of facilities are there. University should have all sorts of facilities, positive, so that the student does not want to leave the university, the teacher doesn't want to leave the university, even non-teaching staff would love to stay here because it is a pure place, it is a clean place which you may not find in the marketplace in Silchar town. So let us create a sort of model university where the society will find the philosophy of sustaining a very high level, a very high standard of living, where they say plain living and high thinking. I'm not saying that one should always have plain living, but high thinking. The university should facilitate the process of high thinking, and that will be a positive role that the university can play in the development of the society.
Thank you so much, sir.
And thank you very much. I wish you, your teachers, and the department as a whole great prosperity, so that our local students need not go to Calcutta or Bombay or Delhi, for the latest knowledge about mass communication. And also, I think you should have a placement, arrangement, so that after they pass, before they pass, you can invite, the newspaper groups, TV groups, so that they can recruit certain brilliant, students.
Thank you so much, sir. So that's all for today. See you in the next episode of In Conversation. Thank you.